What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Deaths of the Asia. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight for this impromptu show. Tonight, I have Breezy in the building with me, a Houstonian that is going to help me navigate this topic that I wanted to explore tonight. How you doing today or tonight?
Chilling, chilling.
Thank you so much for joining me. So unfortunately, we lost one third of the Migos takeoff on November the 1st in Houston to gun violence. And it was very shocking. It just set off waves throughout the hip hop community. It was something that, no one expected. Takeoff was one of those guys that was pretty much quiet, kept to himself for the most part. You didn't hear anything about him in the media. Never heard him in any scandals or anything like that. And so it's unfortunate that he met his demise the way that he did. And I know a lot of people were hurt by it. I'm one of those people who I was legitimately hurt by it because not only is he someone that um, is very important to the culture, but he was my favorite Migo. He was my favorite Migo, and I actually had a little crush on Takeoff. So my condolences to his family, his loved ones, anybody
Right.
who he touched. My condolences to those people. We're not gonna harp on the situation itself because there's a lot of people that's being very disrespectful. If I might add, and social media, they're being very disrespectful because they're trying to solve the case and coming up with these different conspiracies and these different theories and they're not letting the police do their job. And so we're not going to try to pick apart the situation, try to figure out the ins and out of what happened or anything like that. What we want to do tonight is explore the check-in culture, quote unquote check-in culture in Houston. We also want to explore navigating the streets of Houston and what it's like as a rapper maneuvering through that city. And I definitely wanted to have someone on that's from Houston, like yourself, because I wanted to be able to speak intelligently about this and not speculate. Because a lot of people from the outside looking in that probably just visit or hear things, we be coming up with our interpretation of how it is there. And it's just a whole lot of speculation. So I just wanted to get it from my horse's mouth. So again, thank you for joining me tonight.
No problem, no problem.
So my first thing is this, right? From my understanding, there's this procedure in the streets called checking in. And Jay Prince and the Prince family, they're supposed to be the some of the people that you're supposed to check in with if you're a rapper and you're coming into Houston. My impression was that that procedure was something to ensure protection, safety, and security for those who actually come into the city. Uh, am I wrong about that? Because I don't know what that whole concept is about. What does checking in entail?
Basically, um, every major city you go, you got somebody saying, "Man, check in, check in, check in." Houston wise, like Jay Prince is like the godfather of Houston. Nothing really happened down here that he gonna know about. Nothing don't go around that he don't have his hands on. So in a sense, yeah, let me know you coming down here so you'll be straight. Me, these grown men, man, why they gotta check in with you if they got a show down here? Why are you always so involved and so hands on with stuff? You know what I'm saying? Slim Thug ain't asking nobody to check in with him. Zero ain't asking nobody to check in. Trey not asking nobody. Scarface, none of them. You come down here, you come down here, but it's always Jay Prince. Hey, check in with me, check in with me. Why? And everybody who check in with him, something always happen. You supposed to be looking out for the homie. You supposed to be like watching their back, but something always go on. Just like every time somebody down here and get their chains snatched or their stuff stole, how come you the one always turning up with?
Right,
So you gonna know how they moving if they ain't checking in with you, right?
right. You know what threw me off with the check-in thing as it pertains to the Prince family? What throws me off about that is all of these people may not be as cool with each other as one may think. So the process of checking in is also a process of letting people know your whereabouts, where you at, where you're gonna be, and things like that. With checking in with this one particular person, he don't know if other people have a problem with said artists or anything like that. He don't necessarily know the ins and outs of every single thing. So
Agreed.
part of that could cause an issue where, someone that could have been able to move under the radar, so to speak, they're not able to do that because now they got eyes on them, and there's people who know how they're moving around, and that could be somewhat of a glitch in that system, so to speak, to get somebody could actually get caught up like that as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this to be clear on it, it's not James Prince as himself. It's his sons.
Okay.
It's his sons that suspect. You know what I'm saying? But by them being under their daddy, hey, such and such down here, ride with the homie, make sure that, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the boys' agenda is because they be in a lot of shit. And they gonna get touched because of who their daddy is. You know what I'm saying? They be involved in a lot that I don't have the liberty to speak on because really in our truth and honesty, speaking on some of that get you killed. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say them boys' hands ain't squeaky clean, man. And they making a lot of moves that they daddy don't know about from what I've been told. I can't confirm if that's fact or fiction. It's just what my homies out of Fifth Ward tell me. Because Jay Prince, he's from Fifth Ward. He got Fifth Ward on lock. That's the biggest ward. You know what I'm saying? That's the most dangerous ward. He got that on lock. You know what I'm saying? So dudes that's from there, they say a lot of stuff. But I don't speak on what I don't know that's fact. And some stuff ain't just for me to say. But I think the root of a lot of them problems with the checking in and what be going down when the rappers when they come down here is rooted through them boys, Jazz and Prince Jr. So it's a lot of suspect stuff be going on with the checking in when they come down here because something every time they get checked in with, man, like 9 times out of 10 something going wrong somewhere.
Yeah,
But
and you know what is it's one of those things where people have to be careful too, because with you not being from Houston and you just coming in as a rapper, you just finna hang out, you doing the show, and you link up with one of those guys, you don't know what type of plex, what kind of beef they got with people. You don't know
no,
that. And
no,
even though where they're at, they within their territory. So where they're at, it may be a safety net for them, so to speak, but it's not necessarily a safety net for you with being around them and being associated with that, because you don't know how people coming in. Sometimes when you're around certain people and they have certain enemies and beef and everything, they will do something to you to get at them, to send a message like you're not invisible, you're not untouchable or
yeah,
anything
you're not
like
a
that.
yeah.
So they'll
Anybody
do
can get
that,
got.
send a message. And that's unfortunate because I was thinking that it was supposed to be a level of protection, but Takeoff was actually with them. He was at the event with them. Quavo was driving around in a car, I think, with Jazz, if I'm not mistaken. They were actually together. They were invited to a private event. So if you're invited to a private event, that means that everybody's supposed to know everybody in here. If it's my private event, then they're there by invitation. So that means that the people that I invited, I'm cool with them. And then also, I'm cool because I'm cool with them. I'm going to feel like they people welcome too if they were to bring a plus one or something like that, because I deal with a certain level of people. So with that being said, for there to be an incident at a private event like that, it sounds like something in the milk ain't clean. And again, we're not trying to speculate and try to solve a mystery or anything, but it just don't seem as though the check-in safety measures are there. It doesn't, because look, Duke the jeweler was hanging out with them. Next thing you know, he get robbed and killed. Takeoff was hanging out with them. Next thing you know, he get killed. So I'm like, if it's mob ties and everybody's supposed to be cool with each other, what is it going on to where there's any type of conflict to where guns start coming out in the first place? Because
This,
it's supposed to be the level of protection. But unfortunately, people are winding up dead.
they the word on the streets is saying it happened outside the venue, the bowling alley, where like it happened outside. Because I'm like, if it happened inside, nobody should have had a pistol to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody should have had a pistol inside, but they was outside. And you seen the footage?
No, I didn't. I did not want to watch it. I've seen one of the video clips where Quavo was talking to a guy about basketball,
They
right
got
before
into
the
it.
shooting happened.
It's some said it was a behind the dice game. Some said it was behind Quavo arguing with the dude behind basketball, and like they was into it for about 3 seconds. The shot rang out. But this is my thing. Somebody, I ain't gonna say who named it, said it, but said the dude was shooting with his eyes closed. How you gonna hit somebody 3 times with your eyes closed? You hit homie in the neck. You hit homie in the head, the neck, somewhere in the lower upper body, the lower torso, and his arm. Like I think the bullet went through his arm and hit his lower torso somewhere. That's 3 shots. Out of all the people out there, how he get hit 3 times?
Right.
And then it's like, why would he even be a target? Offset done had his little skirmishes with people. Quavo, he seemed kind of mouthy. I don't know, homie, but the quietest one out the group, the one who ain't never in nothing. He to me he was the hardest one as far as like spitting, rapping go.
Yeah.
That was my favorite Migo. And why him though? Out of all the people, why him?
Yeah.
He work. He. I mean, all of them worth a few mil. Why even be out there? And why you gonna hit him?
And you know what? I don't even think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that it was a hit. I don't think that it was a setup or anything like that.
I don't either.
Because in those type of environments, late night, you know, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody they drinking, high, whatever they own, whatever they level. Um, you know, it get like that around that time of night.
And
When,
then
when,
they
when
say
and
it was.
people get emotional and upset about things. It happens like that. After those after hours and things. That's not uncommon for things like that happen over nothing. And innocent bystanders can get hit. So that's not one of those things that is something that is unheard of. We see that we hear about things like that all the time within our local areas.
Yeah, but it's my thing is everybody that's saying it was a sacrifice and that they set him up and it was planned out and all that. I'm like, man, they act like this don't happen every day. Just like you said. The only
Mm,
difference is it was a known rapper that got caught up in some shit. It's not like, they tried to say it was a hit on Nipsey. It was a hit on Tupac. It was a hit on Biggie. Man, when you doing hood shit, you get hood results. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Like I'ma just say it wasn't no retaliation from Biggie. I mean, it wasn't no retaliation from Pac when Biggie got hit. Biggie owed people money, namely the Southside Crips. He owed them money. He ain't paying them all the money he was owed. They told him don't let Biggie come back out there. They was gonna get. They got it. The streets, because you know, I half-ass grew up in L.A. So man, there was no hit like that when they trying to say it was more to it. Pac got himself involved in a 20-plus-year-old Compton gang beef trying to prove himself. He stomped out a reputable dude. That dude couldn't go home with that on his back. Man, you got stomped out by a fake rapper. He had to go score them points back. If you know the laws of the land in LA, you'll understand. Nip got hit because, to a certain extent, I love Nip. I knew him personally. I love Nip. Al Dawes, the homie that be in the groups was, he knew Nip personally. Dude was solid, but he made the mistake of thinking he was untouchable. Just because, everybody don't love you, bro. Like, you may get passes everywhere, but everybody don't love you. That was some low key envy. There wasn't no LAPD, there wasn't no Illuminati. Nobody sacrificed him. He was just a victim of circumstance. When you achieve a certain status, man, you can't go back to the hood. When you on the come up, yeah, that's cool. Everybody riding for you, everybody support you. But when you come here, you high-end sports cars, you got 10 chains on, you're flashing racks, man. Somebody that's starving gonna hate you for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? The streets will never love you the way you love him. And that's just the way it is. But they trying to make it seem like Quavo gonna blow up because Takeoff got hit. Man, come on, man. That was a skirmish that got out of hand and the homie got hit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just started busting wild, and that's what it was. But to hit the homie 3 times, you gotta kind of speculate, was it done intentional or was it an accident? That's the question. But he ain't had no beef with nobody, but you never know who might be low-key jealous. You never know what the reason behind it is. But it's a lot of bad stuff being said the past few days about the Prince camp, man, and they got a lot of people like, did he really set these boys up? But I'm like, they saying it was somebody from his own entourage that started doing the shoot. It's too much being said, coming from that way. Some people say, well, maybe they trying to throw us off. Other people saying that's really what happened. I don't know, but with the streets saying it ain't good by far. And it's looking real bad for the Prince camp, to be honest with you, because nothing is really being said in their favor at all. So it's only a matter of time before the truth come out because too many people digging into it.
Yeah, that's true. Let me ask you this, because a lot of people have been coming out that rap and saying, I don't want to go to Houston, and people are saying that, guys, the guys in the Prince family, they better not go to Atlanta, or they trying to make Houston out to be this no fly zone. Is it that bad in Houston? Like, is it an environment in Houston where rappers are targeted or anything like that?
Man, it's not just here, it's in every major city. You know what I'm saying? And like, see me, I'm 41. I live by a different code. We when we was younger and we seen dudes come through, we okay, that's whoever it is, and that's what it was. It's We live in the clout culture these days, just like PNB Rock. You know what I'm saying? He went out to LA. I mean, he ain't check in with nobody because he ain't have to. He just in and let me go get me something to eat. The dude seen him, seen all them chains. They came for him. It's these youngsters. It's most of these youngsters that's they gonna go get the chain, and what they gonna do? They gonna go on Instagram. We got the nigga chain. I incriminating themselves. That's in every major city. It happens in Miami. It happens in Atlanta. It happens in. I'm pretty sure it done happen in Memphis. It probably done happen in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? It happened in Chicago. It be happening in small towns, Youngstown, Ohio, Gary, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? If it's a young dude out there, he hungry and he see what you got, we live in that. I gotta get mine, so I'm gonna take yours, coach. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's in every major city. But see, most rappers will check in with other rappers just, hey, I'm coming down, man. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to stay away from. Like you'll see Slim Thug and J Dog in Garden City and Acres Home all the time. They from there. They good there. They still got dudes that ride for them now, and ain't nobody really tripping on them. Cause see, wherever hood you from, your hood, 9 times out of 10, the homies they ain't nobody gonna bother you. But if you are out of towner, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? You can't be caught slipping in certain parts of Greens Point. You can't be caught slipping in Cashmere Garden, Fifth Ward, certain parts of South Park, especially not Sunnyside. Don't nobody know you out there, man. You all draped up, glistening, man. One of them youngsters gonna get you. It's just certain streets you need to stay out of. There's certain blocks, certain apartment complexes, man. If you don't know nobody, don't go. If you ain't riding with nobody solid, just stay away from it. You
You
know what
know
I'm saying?
what?
Like,
My advice is to just stay out the hood, period. Once you reach a certain level, because i.e. Young Dolph, may he rest in peace. He was in his
that shit,
hood. You get
man,
what
he
I'm
shouldn't have.
saying?
But
Um,
see, my homeboy from Memphis, Kato, and I'm gonna talk to you about that offline. He told me the reasoning behind it happened, and I chop it up with you about that to see if by your ties being strong in your hometown, to see if you heard the same thing. But the objective of getting money was to get out the hood, not gravitate to it and be in that mode. Cause see, really, dudes not getting peeled. They not getting robbed for being rich. They getting peeled and robbed from stunting on dudes who don't have what they have. A lot of dudes will take that, man. You coming through here capping, bro. Like, man, you showing out and shit, man. I'm gonna get this nigga. That's what it be. Cause I be hearing the little niggas talk, man. I stay in the hood. I stay in Acres Home. You know what I'm saying? I be hearing these little niggas talk about, certain dudes that got bread, how they gonna get them. That's what they do. It don't matter who you are. They don't care. They got clout. They gonna make a name for themselves. That's all they worried about. It's all about your reputation as far as like what people thinking of you. Like you that dude. They not thinking about the consequence that come along with that. See, that's another thing with like Jazz and Prince Jr., man. They ain't never been in the street. They ain't put in no work. Them niggas riding off their daddy reputation. Now, if you want to talk about a real life nigga that did real life street shit, yeah. Jay Prince, that dude. He really, man, like a lot of people, like older cats to tell you, man, he was the real king of the South. I ain't gonna go that far, but he got reached and he got pulled. He got pulled all the way in LA. He that dude. His son's on some other stuff because they don't live by the same code as he do. I will say Jay Prince done he got some grime on his name, but as far as like keeping people in check, he have been good for that throughout the years. And when he say he gonna take care of your problem, he gonna take care of it. Why you think Lil Wayne came to Jay Prince when Birdman owed him his money? Hey man, he owed me my money, man. Can you help me get my money back? Birdman gave him the majority of it. He ain't have all of it to give. He really did not have all of it. But Lil Wayne got the majority of the money that was owed to him. So Jay Prince is that dude. But all the stuff that's going on around him, I wouldn't go as far and say he himself is the one behind it. Everybody's speculating it's them boys that's behind it. It's them boys that always got something to do with what be going wrong, what be happening. I don't be around them. Cause see, where I'm from, that's like I'm from more like North Central. That's Northeast. It's different politics on that side of town. It's a whole different mentality on that side of town. But them boys grew up privileged. They grew up rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think they barely 30. Jay Prince been rich since the 80s. So them boys ain't never had to get their hands dirty. They had people to do it for them. But this is one of the things that's gonna be when keeping it real go wrong. Because the stuff that's being said, I don't speak death on nobody, but dudes just getting tired of them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes on the street talking about they tired of them fronting like they hard. And they not even cut from that kind of cloth. So it's only, see, 20 years ago, dudes would have been scared to even speak on, man, them niggas gonna catch, like, nah, that wouldn't even got said down here. But see, these younger dudes, They more bold, they more reckless. They don't respect the code. They don't respect the Prince name like we grew up respect. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, all it's gonna take is somebody between 18 and 23 that's looking for a reputation that's gonna get bold enough and monster up on them. You know, but at the same time, I don't think they gonna want to deal with come with it. Because CJ Prince don't have like a handful of dudes. Man, he got an army. Anybody from Houston tell you that. He got dudes on the outside of town, man. He can touch you from anywhere. Anywhere in Harris County, Galveston County, man, that man can touch you. It don't matter who you are. So you gotta tread lightly with dealing with him, man. But he need to get them boys under wrap, man, because from what the little homies telling us, that's the root of the problem. Them boys, them sons. I can't say it's a fact. I can't say it's speculation. But if too many people from different parts of town saying the same thing, and you know they in the streets, you know they tied in, you know they plugged in with a lot of the stuff that be going on, and they saying the same thing, it's them boys. If it bark like, I mean, if it quack like a duck and walk like a duck, it might be a duck. You never
Yeah,
know.
it's true. So do you think that it's safe and it's okay for rappers to be in Houston without checking in? Do you think do you think it's okay for them to navigate the streets without checking in? Because it don't seem like it's safe by doing it. It's
Man, I wouldn't
easier to
check in
damn
with
if you
them.
do, damn if you don't.
If I'm a rapper, I wouldn't check in with them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a rapper, you know, depending on what era I came, if I'm an older rapper, I'm calling it Slim. I'm calling it Zero. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling it Scarface. I'm calling it Lil Flip.
Well, I don't
If
know
I'm
about
younger,
calling Zero because Zero outside getting his ass whooped. So you know what I'm
man,
saying.
like man,
Yeah.
that's it ain't nah man, you can't even the hardest of niggas done got packed out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's weak shit on Trey and them side. That man by himself. It's like five or six of y'all. You
Yeah.
know, Trey brother, the one who had the real issue. So if you had the real issue, then y'all should have ran the fade head up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not my place to speak on what the issues that's between them are, but that's who really had the issue with Zero. Trey had the issue with Ro because his brother was involved. So man, if it was that much, man, you done seen him 50 million times before this. So why you ain't, why you ain't running the fade 101? Why y'all jump the man? But that don't that alone did not damage Zero reputation in the city. You know what I'm saying? Zero still got a lot of, if anything, it damaged Trey rep. Dudes
Yeah.
ain't messing with Trey like they used to. Trey lost a lot of respect because of that. Because man, that's the most shit it done, man. Zero got love everywhere. So for him to do that, you know, you got more people riding for Zero than Trey. But again, Jay Prince is rumored to have deadened that issue so it wouldn't get out of hand. So I mean, you check in with the rappers, man. You don't really check in with Jay Prince and them like that. I ain't gonna say Jay Prince, man, his boys. You come down here, man, get at Maxo Cream, man. You come down here, get it at South Walker. You know what I'm saying? You would be better off riding with them than you would than Prince, to be honest with you. Because there's always some shady shit going on with them. I
Yeah.
just stay out the streets, period, man. If you're gonna come down here, do your show. Ain't no reason for you to just be here being in the streets. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It ain't exactly. It's Houston lost his identity. It didn't used to be that bad here. You know what I'm saying? Houston dudes really, and man, I'm H time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got my ties in Cali, but I was born here. When I was coming up, Houston was a hustle city. We hustled, we got our money. The police left us alone because we kept it in our area. We it wasn't no Bloods, it wasn't no Crips. You rolled for your hood, just like Memphis did. You might have your block, your apartment complex, your little neighborhood, but that was it. It wasn't no color. And you can go anywhere you wanted to go. Just the main beef was north side and south side. it was like two completely different cities. That was like the worst issue we had. But now, it really got bad when the New Orleans people came here. You know, that's when the city changed. And now you got all these people from other places moving here, bringing what they do here, they ideologies, the way they live, they bringing it here. So it's like, it's really unrecognizable. Back in the day, rappers could come here and move through the streets. Everybody was showing them love. See, now it's too much jealous and envy because everybody want to come up. So if you a rapper, man, you come into the H, man, just stay out the way. Come do your show. If you want to go to the club, man, just go to the club. Man, hire you some security. Bring your security down here, man. I got a homie, man. He get a lot of work. Force protection. They licensed to like forcefully protect you with guns. They have to hit somebody as justified. That's what they do. They got license for it, man. Go that route. You know what I'm saying? But if you coming down here, man, you trying to go to the southwest side on 8900, or you trying to go to like the bottoms in third ward or fifth ward, or you all out in sunny side, man. Man, you asking for it. You know what I'm saying? You asking for it. So, man, I can advise them, man, just come do what you gotta do and get out. And that's in every major city.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the best advice that you can get. Something that scares me, and we're gonna wrap it up, but something that scares me about the way the Prince family move in regards to the checking in and the mob ties and all that stuff, and all of these different incidents happening around them and their name being attached to it. What actually scares me is that I don't know what the laws are in Houston as far as RICO charges or anything is concerned, but
it's the same here as in every major city, and it's rumored that they trying to build a RICO case on them. I don't know how true it
yeah,
is.
it's like all of the stuff that's going on surrounding them. It is giving me the impression that a RICO charge is coming down the pipeline because it's just too much going on in the way that they are organized in a sense, and things are happening around them just in the simple fact that they have things organized in a way that is something that could get them caught up as well, and
Man,
it's not something that they hide. And it ain't to say like they're directly doing anything, but just the fact that they are able to orchestrate certain things can get them caught up in a RICO charge.
say I'm gonna tell you how deep Jay Prince pool is. It was an incident with Suge Knight. Um, had an issue with Drake, and Jay Prince put out this thing called a courtesy call. And
Mm.
He told Suge Knight, and remember how Suge Knight used to move, and me being in LA County for so many years, man, Suge Suge was the dude out there to a certain extent, but it wasn't from his own reputation, it was who he had around him. So that kind of made him, I ain't gonna say everybody touchable, but it made dudes think twice about coming for him. So if he could shut Suge down from down here in LA, that speaks volumes because he told him, and he can see he knows Suge because he called him Sugar Bear. And only people who really know Suge Knight, like really know him, call him Sugar Bear. So he told Sugar Bear, man, if you don't fall back from Drake, man, bad news gonna beat you home. And he meant that. And man, Jay Prince got Bloods and Crips out there that will put work in for real. Dude, man, I don't know how he got this cool.
You saying Drake or Dre?
Drake, Yellow Boy
Oh,
Drake. Yeah,
I
he
did
had.
not know Drake and Suge Knight had
Yeah,
any
Suge
type
had
of.
a Suge. Yeah, he told Suge, man, hey, don't fuck with Drake. Drake is family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you the link to that. He called it the curse. Say, man, this your courtesy call. He put Suge Knight in check, and after that, man, Suge Knight backed up off Drake. You know what I'm saying? Now this a whole dude from a whole nother state. that Jay Prince just really straight hold. But it's a lot of stuff I could tell you. I can't speak it publicly. That you would be like, damn. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and this was interesting too that I wanted to touch on. You remember when Jay Prince was able to get Kanye West and or Ye, I'm gonna be respectful of his name, get Ye and Drake to squash their differences in order for them to come together, and that was short lived because Drake has recently came out and dissed Kanye, well, Ye again on his new album that recently dropped.
You know why
But
he did it?
it lets me know that Jay Prince does have a level of affection for uh, Drake, that he does cut for Drake. But I didn't know it
Yeah,
was that deep. I did not
yeah,
know it was that deep.
yeah. Because I can't. I think it was. Well, I can't remember which one of the boys it was brought Drake to rap a lot. You know what I'm saying? So Drake got a lot of love through rap a lot. Drake is protected. You know what I'm saying? As long as James Prince Sr. got breath in his body, no harm will ever come to Drake. None. You know what I'm saying? He shut down over Drake just behind talk. So you know ain't no physical harm gonna come to him. Like man, I'm telling you, it's a saying down here. If you're trying to rap, don't sign with rap a lot. A,
Why?
you ain't gonna get the money that you owe. B, somebody said, man, I can't remember who told me that. It was an old head said that if you sign with rap a lot, it's something in your contract that you won't be able to sign with nobody else. Because a lot of rappers that done came and signed with rap a lot, you never hear about them leaving the label going nowhere else. You know, and I think if I'm remembering right, it was the issue between Jay Prince and Scarface, because Scarface wanted off a rap a lot, and it was a big issue behind that. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody, man, don't get down rap a lot. Don't get down rap a lot. Cause like in the 90s, man, they was talking, man, hey, don't get down rap a lot. Go with Swole House. Sign with Swole House. Don't sign with rap a lot. So
Mm.
we was like, damn, I'm a little dude. This is before I skied up and went to Cali in '96. So I'm like, damn, man, Swole House in them the early to mid '90s, they was popping. Everybody was like, man, don't go to rap a lot. Don't fool with Jay Prince, man. Holla at T Drake. See if you can get signed with T Drake. That's why, like, South Circle and all them, they wouldn't sign with Rap a Lot. Mr. Mike and all them, Crime Boss, man, they wouldn't sign with Rap a Lot was on. They went to Swall House. And, man, it's always been some shaggy dealings involving that name, man. And like I said, a lot of stuff we know, but speaking on it to get you killed, man. Like, we gonna seen it happen.
Yeah.
So, man, hey, whatever they talk, and I ain't, I mean, you know me. How long you been on me? I keep it thorough. That man reputation is it was earned. It's for real. It's not
Yeah,
embellished.
I'm aware of that part. That's
Yeah,
what I say. Like on the outside looking in, wherever you from, if you old enough, you know about Jay Prince, his name, and everything like that.
my
And
advice,
to be
just
honest with
avoid.
you, you said my advice what?
Just avoid them. Period.
But you know what? To be honest with you, from my recollection from back in the day, where I would hear the rumblings about Jay Prince, I never heard this kind of messy stuff though that is happening now. It wouldn't
It,
be
it's
this
it's
type
not
of
him.
messy stuff. So that's the thing. Like what you said, it's not the singer, it's these boys, and I feel as though with these boys, they're privileged kids. They're privileged kids and everything like that, and they riding on their father's name, which I mean rightfully so, but all at the same time is, to me, I feel that the way things are going and the way that they're handling things, I think that it is somewhat of a disrespect to their father's legacy,
You
because
right,
it's
and that's what everybody's saying.
yeah, it's messy because I don't remember this coming from Jay Prince himself with this kind of stuff. And
Mm-mm.
one thing I can say about Jay Prince, is, yeah, maybe he got that, he got the clout, he big dog or whatever, but all at the same time, he, from what I've known, he's been one of those people to try to reconcile differences.
Yeah, yeah. He don't
He's been one
see
of those.
because he
He
look
ain't
at it.
on that hot shit.
You know why? He squashed the beef to get the money.
Right.
If you beefing, you ain't making no money. If you got stuff
Exactly.
hot, you ain't making no money. Jay Prince is he's about the money. Whichever way he can, okay, um, um, you got two rappers that's beefing, right?
Hmm.
Put them on the song together. Make them
That,
squash it and put them on the song together.
and it is gonna sell crazy numbers.
Exactly. So that's what he about. And
Yeah.
he just and I'm gonna be honest. One thing I can say about James Prince, man, he really don't like beef. He really don't like people having issues with each other. He wants prosperity and money. That's why I say, but he will handle his business because that's how he built his reputation. He will, you know what I'm saying? He that dude. But he always look for the more peaceful solution. You know what I'm saying? And more so now than then because he older. But like we saying, it's not him, but it's a reflection of him. It's making him look bad. It's making people question him. He has nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I'm
So it's
probably, by this time, that man old. He probably tired, and it's just though his boys, they're grown, and it's not to say that the uh the boys are doing anything themselves. It's just with them being young, being privileged, not having to go through the fire and build that character like he had to, for
well,
real.
a lot of kids do that because they been getting away with it for so long.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
people been wanting to twist them boys cap back, but they scared to touch them because they know what the blowback gonna be. But
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to see anything like that happen at all. What I would like to see from those boys is, I would like to see them just focus on the business. Focus on taking care of the business and extending the legacy, not
yeah,
tarnishing it. Like, add
you been
to
in the
it. A
street.
lot of kids, like we're able to see, like, in real time, inheritance. We're able to see the legacy getting passed on, and the inheritance get passed on to the kid. We're able to see that while the father is still living. And it's like, right now, you have that, you have your father's legacy in your hand, right? And it's time to wise up. And it's not to say that they're out here doing certain things. I don't know. But my whole thing is, it's just handle the business differently. It's because you have so much at stake, and because it's a lot that's on your back. You can't be out here wilding and doing some of the things that someone their age might be doing
They
naturally.
want to.
But it's just like they have to start focusing on just taking care of the business, not trying to just do all this partying, being all cool and running around with these rappers and things like that. Because a lot of these
You
rappers too, you got to keep in mind, a lot of these rappers come from all these various different backgrounds. They got stuff going on, and you can't keep ranks on everybody like that. And
and
it's time for them to start. It's time for them to start refocusing and dealing with the business at hand. And
and
that's what I
I'm
would like to see.
I'm in 100% agreement with you. You know what I'm saying? But see, just like this old head I was talking to in the barbershop this morning said, not this morning, yesterday morning said, he need to get his pups in line before they get put to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because the old head, he around 50, 54, 55, about the same. Now I think he about 2 years under Jay Prince. See, Jay Prince knocking on 60. But he was like, he need to get his pups in line, or somebody gonna put him to sleep. Because old dude still tied into the streets in his own right, and he knows some youngsters that ain't gonna care. who Jay Prince is and will reach out and touch them boys if they, they ever, if they business ever interfere with theirs. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
just like them boys' problem is they want to be their daddy. Man, your daddy is your daddy, bro. You came up different. You ain't have to get it out the mud like he did. You see, this the whole thing of you been in the streets. I've been in the streets. We was trying to get money to get away from the streets. We wanted out the hood. We wanted to live nice. You know what I'm saying? We ain't want to deal with none of that. Police and
Mhm.
sirens and man, having to
Going
take
to sleep to gunshots and all
no,
that.
man, come on. But see, fake niggas gravitate to the street because they
Mhm.
seeing it. They on the outside looking in. They seeing like the glamour part of it. They don't see the downside of being in the hood. They gonna see the inside of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Man, hey, 3 seconds will get you 30 years, man. All because you trying to prove yourself. Them boys never been in the streets like that. They only been on the outside. They ain't come up out the mud. They went to good school. They grew up spoiled. That's the same thing going on with King. Bro, T.I. been rich since you been born. We basically watched you grow up.
Yeah,
We
you ain't
remember
never
when
had the struggle or any.
not
And the thing is, and it's a good thing that they didn't, because I think as Black people we do wear the struggle as a badge of honor, and we feel that struggling builds character.
it
Where
does, but
else,
why
and
struggle when
it
you don't have
does
to?
to a certain extent, but you don't have to struggle, and you don't have to use that in order to build character. But what is happening a lot of times with these privileged kids that have parents with a certain type of reputation,
They want to live up
it
to
be
that.
those kids, they try to live up to their parents' reputation or kind of fit those shoes. You can't fit those shoes. Be your own person.
Exactly. You
Because
know,
if you trying to be, you're in a different time, it's a different day, it's a different era than what your pops came up in. So
exactly.
you trying to do what he did, it can't be replicated because it's not even the same time frame. These
He
folks
laid
are
the
different.
blueprint
Like you
down for
said
you.
earlier, we in the era of clout chasing. So somebody would clap you just so they could be on the Instagram incriminating themselves just to say, they snatched your chain, or they caught a body or something like that. People would incriminate themselves for clout.
And that's sad,
And
man.
we in a different era. And so you just have to move a little bit more different out here nowadays. It ain't the same. So you will never be able to fulfill those shoes because the environment is completely different.
Yeah, it's just a whole it's just a different time, man. And it's really sad when you think
Mm-hmm.
about it. I remember having a conversation with MC8, and he was saying, I was in the streets, I got put on the set, but right before I really started putting in work, my rap career took off because around that time, growing up in the hood, off that Boys in the Hood soundtrack blew up, and that kind of like got his name out there. And he said when he did Straight Up Menace, that propelled him into a whole new stratosphere as far as his rap career. So he said, man, I just seen my first million. Why still be in the hood? He said I was hustling so I could get away from here. So why go back? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, this is the fatal mistake a lot of these young dudes make. When they start seeing the money, they want to come back to the hood and show off. It's you can't do that, man.
And they want
You
to
know,
say they real and they ain't gonna never change. Well, one thing, what people have to realize out here, the money should change you. It shouldn't change the core of who you are, your character, or anything, but it should change you to want to do better and be in better places. It should change you to an extent. Ain't nobody out here grinding, hustling, making the money, busting their ass, missing out on sleep, missing out on family time, and taking penitentiary chances and all that just to remain the same.
yeah. You're
You
right.
should be evolving. The only constant in life is change. So if you're not changing, then you're not even growing. So you should be elevating as you reach new levels of success. You should be elevating yourself in different areas of your life as well. You don't have to prove that you're real by going back into the same areas that you fought so hard to get out of.
Same thing H said. He said pretty much the same exact shit you said. He said, man, when you come up, everybody can't come with you. You gonna lose some people along the way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He said you gonna have to let some people go. Because everybody around you, when you get to a certain level of success, man, it don't be about how much they love you and how much y'all gonna been through together. It's more about what they can get out of you, how they can use you, and what you can do for them. And then it's
yeah,
jealousy because you getting it and they ain't. It's
yeah.
various reasons. But he said the same shit you said, and me and him had this conversation when I first met him through my homeboy Bam. This was 2004. You know what I'm saying? I was in Cali. Like I met him and like I was kind of starstruck because shit. I grew up a Compton Most Wanted fan, but he dropped some real shit and he said this shit down there 20 years ago. You know what
And
I'm
it
saying?
still
And
reigns true now.
it's the same thing. You said damn that exactly what he said,
Yeah,
and I
because you
completely
trying to
agree with
hold
y'all.
on, you trying to hold on to those people, and you mess around and lose your life. You trying to keep them close, and then you mess around and lose your life, and you trying to hold on to them. It's a way to recognize people and let them know that you love them and everything without you being like directly dead smack in the hood,
Right.
because we already know what that looks like. You got people that's out here, especially now in this drug induced society that we have. You
Oh
got people, you
man.
might think you know these people and it might be cool and everything, but these people are on all kinds of different drugs now. Shit, when we was coming up, we smoked weed, and then you had some people that do cocaine or whatever.
Man, we grew
Nowadays,
up
you
in
got people that's on it's drugs that I've never even heard of that people be on now.
Man,
So
say I grew up in a crack era. You know what I'm saying? You either sold one or two things. You sold either you sold crack or you sold weed. White that snort was more for like the white kids.
you
Snorting.
had to have money
Yeah,
for that. Yeah.
yeah. Crack was the cheaper, more attainable drug. But that's all. It's like man, now it's like
Now
people
it's
say I'm selling this. You selling what? What is that? I can't even keep up.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
won't
just
even smoke weed no more because it's like it's too many different names. What is this? Like
It's if it ain't Reggie, I
once
ain't
it
smoking.
once out the hydro, I was done smoking weed. So whatever came out the hydro, I didn't put my hands on it.
Man, because natural weed ain't supposed to be all in different colors. It's not supposed to
Exactly.
smell like that. It's chemically induced. Cause man, we smoke weed, we get high. Okay, the only after effect, we hungry as hell. We didn't need it. We didn't go through withdrawals behind it.
No, you don't
Once
go.
it wore
You
off, it wore
no.
off. Now these youngsters, they gotta have it. They can't function without it.
They going through withdrawal, and their side effects are not the normal side effects. They're not.
Nah,
I be
man,
seeing
nah.
people smoking weed, and the only thing they did was smoke some weed, and they acting a fool. Whereas back in the day, you smoke weed, you gonna be probably laugh, you gonna be goofy as hell. You probably get sleepy depending on what you smoking. You gonna get
Yeah,
hungry, and then you gonna take your ass sleep. That was the process. It wasn't no you out acting a fool.
nah, man,
If you
nah,
was, you was
man.
on something else totally different. We supposed to make you just chill out. So
Yeah,
we have to keep in mind of we in this in drug induced society, and that's the reason why to take it back to what happened with Takeoff in Houston. That's the reason why I didn't get into all of these different conspiracies or anything like that, because not only are we in a drug induced society, a lot of our people we don't understand conflict resolution, and we also deal with anger management problems that have gone unaddressed. And I was gonna make a post about this the other day, and I did make the post, and I took it off because I felt a little bit vulnerable. And I was just like, I still deal with my own anger management issues, and I'm like, I don't want nobody to say nothing crazy. Then I'm gonna be on 10. But
Yeah.
I something about this situation took me back, and I'll share this here. It took me back when I was younger, and I remember one day I was standing outside minding my business, watching the boys play basketball, thinking I'm cute, being a little hoochie mama. Had on some heels. You know how we be in the, like I had on our little heels. We walking up the street. That's what we used to do. We was just standing around the boys trying to be cute, had on our little heels or whatever. So next thing you know, I'm just standing there watching them play 21. And I get hit. Boom. So I'm thinking the ball had hit me or something. Next thing you know, it's a girl. She's running down the street and she got a stick in her hand. And the people was like, you finna just let her hit you? Now I'm not knowing that she was the one that hit me because that impact, and then it happened and I'm trying to gather myself. So she runs. So what I did was I can't catch her because she's already gone. I went to the house. I changed shoes. I had on two different kind of shoes, and I went to go grab my parents' gun. I'm coming out the house, and then they was like, "What the hell is you doing?" You know what I'm saying? They stopped me or whatever the case may be, and then I tell about the situation or whatever. So in that point, I was just angry. It wasn't no rap lyric. It wasn't me thinking about anything other than you got me fucked up and you hit me. I couldn't get my leak back. You gotta die. That's what just was. That's all it was. And so um
That-
I seen
That's
something
not
that
rap
I had never
influence.
seen before, where my mom actually had got me and she put me in the car and she took me to the girl house. And my mom usually will be like, I used to get in fights and stuff, and it'll be one of those things where she'll be asking me who won, and that was it. It wasn't like trying to resolve the issue with the parents in the neighborhood and the kids get together. It was just shit, who won? If did she beat your ass or not? If you won, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. That was that.
Yeah, man,
So we
shit.
get
Not
to the
these
girl,
parents.
yeah. So we get to the girl house or whatever, and when she came out, I tried to charge at her and everything, and they grabbed me and all of that, and we was talking, and we kind of made a pact to which what she hit me for was utterly ridiculous. I still to this day think she's crazy for what she hit me for. She thought her boyfriend liked me. But the thing is, I never had met her boyfriend. You know how kids are crazy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, what is you talking about? But she thought her boyfriend liked me or whatever. But I'm like, I never met, we'd seen each other in passing, but I never even met the boy. But anyway, so it was that. And so I started thinking about, you know what? There's anger. That's just even now. Sometimes I still deal with that, but I went to therapy or whatever. But however, I started thinking about, you know what? We have unaddressed like anger issues for wherever we get it from in our communities. We have poor conflict resolution skills to where is you going from 0 to 100. It's all or nothing, or you feel like conflict resolution is just cutting people off and cutting them out. It's a lot of unaddressed things that we already have going on in our community as Black people. Then we top that off with drugs. So people be thinking all of this, be coming up with all of these different conspiracies and everything like that. It only take a second for someone who has unaddressed issues to go from 0 to 100. It only take a second, and so that's something that people have to keep in mind, and we have to pay attention to as well, because we got these people that's walking around out here and they ticking time bombs, and you be thinking because you grew up with them that you know them, and they who they were when y'all was in the sandbox together. It's not
Nah, man,
the
people
same. So
change,
the best
man.
practice is guard your grill, stay from around there, because you knew what it was like when you were starving, when you was in the environment trying to come up, and you were doing things that you weren't supposed to be doing. So how you think you look to the people when you come back to that same environment that's in the same position that you left them in?
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You look like bait to them. So
You
it's
fool. You
just best
become
to stay
fool now.
around it. I don't care how well you know these people, how good you think your name is. I don't care. It's just best to stay from around there. Stay up out the hood. Don't be doing all these hood activities. And if you want to be around your people that really rock with you for real, then bring them in better environments. Don't you go back to those impoverished environments or whatever. And if you want to give back, you could give back indirectly. You ain't got to be out there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be the one that's actually out there, whatever, without security and stuff like that. And you could give back, but all at the same time, you could do it indirectly. And if them really your people, then bring them behind it, bring them where you at. Like a lot of these
Hmm.
rappers, I'm gonna tell you something that's fake too, and I just thought about this. This is something that's fake. These rappers, they want to go into the hood, and to me, I feel like that's a sense of exploitation, and where they're able to get validated by being able to say, "I was able to walk around in the hood. I ain't have no security or nothing like that." Yeah, you want to run and you want to be able to walk around the hood, but you're not taking those people that you say you rock with in the hood and bringing them to your gated community so they could come
Now,
out and hang with you. So if you really rock with these people and you really that nigga, why you ain't got these people? Why your guys that's from the hood ain't where you at living a lap of luxury to where you ain't got to put yourself in a dangerous situation to go be in the hood where they at?
right.
You
It's funny
know,
you said that because a certain rapper from here went to LA to watch. And he was, he was with the Bounty Hunter Bloods. And the homie Rom was an Avenue Paru from Inglewood. I was tight with my homie Jermaine. He resting in peace now. But he had hit me up. They call me Country out there. He's like, "Hey, Country, man, you know this dude such and such." I'm like, "Yeah, he kind of like cool with my little cousin that rap. What's up?" And he say he out here, what I'm saying, passing out money to the homies. What I'm saying, like so he can, be out. He trying to put something for his like little YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram shit. Like he really plugged in. He's like, man, we see it's all fake as fuck, but he done came there with about 100 racks, passing money out to the homies. You know what I'm saying? Just to get on. Yeah, I'm plugged in. And they was like, man, once he did all that, man, he said he stuck around for about 5, 10 minutes and was gone. You know what I'm saying? They say they ain't seen him since. So I'm like, man, it's
yeah,
why.
these rappers they be exploring, So yeah, so with that being said, Houston has not been deemed a no-fly zone for you rappers. If you got something going on in Houston or whatever, go do your
Man,
shows.
just
You got people out there that love you, that want to see you. Go do your shows. If you give in to the check-in culture, make sure you're checking in with the right people to where it could offer you a certain level of security if you feel like you need to do that. If all else fails, use the money that you have in order to employ you some actual security with some professionals where you ain't gotta have the boys in the hood to have your back that's gonna end up getting locked up anyway for having your back because that's not their job description and they're not supposed to be carrying the heavy artillery to protect you anyway. Get you some professional guys to be your bodyguards, the people who have been given permission to carry and do what
mm-hmm,
they need to do in a case that something happens where they have to protect
mm-hmm.
your neck and theirs. So go the professional route. Don't be cheap. Spend that money. Go ahead and get you some professional security. That way you ain't got to be running with the boys in the hood and fuck around and get your cap peeled
And
because you want to
stay
be cool.
out the hood.
Stay
Just
out the
stay
hood.
out the hood, man. That's
Yes,
all.
indeed. Stay
Don't
out the hood.
and not only the hood, don't go to the hole in the walls. Don't go to the hood club. And I'm not talking about like the hood clubs like in the hood. I'm talking about I'm gonna just say it, man. The 18 and up clubs, man. Stay away from them, man. If you a certain age, go to the more grown clubs, man, because it's man, them
Go to
youngsters
a
be wilding
blues
out.
club
Man, go
and get
somewhere
you
where
a
it's low key and
hen.
chill. But see, that all goes to I want to be seen. I want everybody on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to be, ooh, look at him. That's what it be about.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's I don't
Yeah,
know who talking to these dudes, man, but they learned wrong. They learned
yes,
wrong and they
indeed.
ain't got no guidance. You know, but just stay out the hood, man. You man, dog. You know who down here and be out everywhere and don't nothing happen to him? 50.
Yeah,
50
50
Cent got a
live there
whole house
now.
down. Yeah, he live here now. Man, you can go to the turkey leg hut or the reggae hut and see 50 getting something to eat. You see him got fat since he been down here. He always somewhere eating. But when you see 50, you see people around him with earpieces in. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell they got some stuff
Oh,
that'll
he
lift
got
you
his
off your feet.
security. Yeah.
He got he ain't and then you never see 50 around the hood. 50 is always in the nicer areas, or like if he it's the street Alameda. That's what like some of the like the trendy black restaurants at. That's what he did. But see, it don't be no thuggish element down there. It be like the well-to-do black folks. You got your little ghetto chicks go through there trying to pick up on the baller here and there. But 50 be there all the time, you know, because don't none of that fuckery be going on over there. But you ain't gonna catch 50 in no hood. You know what I'm saying? You might see them in third ward, but see, people get the misconception. All the third ward ain't bad. Only the bottoms. And the bottoms is like McGowan and Torm and like where they film Jason Lyric at, that's the bottoms.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like you got this big housing project called CUNY Homes. It ain't even bad up in there no more because it's right across the street from Texas Southern, you know, and Texas Southern is right across the street from the back of U of H. So third ward not as bad as people make it out to be because it's a college area. You got two universities right across the street from each other. Then you got Jack Gates High School, and then like really, third ward is prominent. Only the bottoms is the hood. Third ward, like that's old black money. Old black, like dentists, doctors, and lawyers and business owners is money in third ward. It ain't all hood like that.
Hmm.
So you will see 50 over there because French's Chicken is over there. So you will see him over there. But I done seen 50 about 5, 6 times since he been down here because I'm always in the square. I've been sitting still since I got shot. But I always seen 50 everywhere, like anywhere where it's popping it and good food at, he gonna be there. And he got a real security team, like real license. He paying maybe about 10 to 20 grand for, like, hey, he doing it right. And he's staying out the hood, he's staying out the way. you know. So that's the only thing, man. If you want to live, that's what you do. Man, don't worry about what people thinking about you. Like I tell my son, I made the mistake so you wouldn't have to. I was in the streets. I know what to tell you to do and what not to do and how to move. I say the realest nigga ain't about how much dope you done sold, how hard you gang bang, how many chicks you done ran through, how many niggas you knocked out. It ain't about you going to jail. Cause I know hoe ass niggas that done been to jail, that done ran through some females and done killed some dudes. That don't make you hard. That don't make you real.
Right.
The realest dude is the one who can wake up and look at himself in the mirror every day and accept himself for who he is, in spite of what people might think. Because everybody's not gonna like you. You could be the most solid dude in the world, but it's always gonna be somebody who got something against you and ain't gonna like you. And that's fine. We not here for everybody to like, but respect yourself and who you are. That's the realest thing to do. If you ain't a street dude, you just ain't a street dude, man. Respect that. You know what I'm saying? If you like people of the same gender, then that's what you are, man. Respect that. Respect yourself, man. Be real with yourself. That's the realest person. It ain't about all that street shit, man. Cause I know hoe ass niggas that done did street shit. That gonna make you hard. That gonna make you tough. As this, that's the misconception we have in the black community. You ain't hard, you ain't real, you ain't solid if you ain't in the streets. Nah, man, that ain't how it works. You know what I'm saying? I was done for being in the streets because I knew better. I could have did better, but I chose that path for myself. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I ain't had no guidance, but I still was smart enough to decipher right from wrong, and I chose to do wrong.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
so I mean, life about choices, man. But they all they keeping it real and that straight shit, man. It's time out for that shit, man. It gonna claim too many of us. It don't get nowhere. It gonna end but one or two ways. Like I
Real
really
as
want the shit to
hell.
stop. I really want the shit to stop. We could talk all day about the potential we have as a race and what we should be doing, but you always gonna have them same niggas out there that's gonna keep doing the same shit, no matter what you tell them, and we'll never get nowhere. So it's just, man, it's just the way we operate and move as a race with this street shit and this cloud shit, man. It's sad. It's sad and it's disappointing because you got people that gonna sacrifice their life to put you in a better position, and you still out here doing dumb shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's you spoke a word. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Man,
Um,
you my girl.
yes indeed. Stay on for like 2-3 minutes afterwards. Because I got something to tell you. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. I definitely appreciate it.
Man, ain't no
Those
problem,
of
my
you
girl.
that's watching, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And also, if you like the video, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I think we got a comment. I'm gonna see what the comment says, and we're gonna get up off here. Somebody said, "Get your police ass on. Let the police do their job. All you're doing is talking goofy ass, Miss Humpy Dumpy, and the crimes in chin looking ass nigga." Ah, that's somebody. That's people. Some people are
Niggas,
hilarious. He
niggas talk a
say,
lot of
what
shit
you
in the
gotta
same
tell him, you
place.
trying to eat his hungry ass. But the thing is with YouTube, it's hilarious because it just be people. They be coming. They probably read some type of they read a title. I don't know. They see images and they start thinking that they know what they talking about. Ain't nobody trying to resolve any uh solve any mystery or anything like that. Go back and watch the full video or whatever. But keep the conversation going. I hope with all the energy that you have, that you've used a little bit of that energy to subscribe to the channel so you could come on the next video and cuss my ass out too, because I'm gonna still be fat on that one too. So it is what it is.
Well, I'm gonna still be what he call me
What he
a
called me,
pregnancy.
Grim something. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video. You're gonna say, "Nah, I'm just playing." I see. Yeah, play with your ass. It's a better feeling. But anyway, thank
Nigga
y'all
gotta
so
be
much.
really with the ruffle my feathers.
Yes, indeed. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss upcoming shows because I just jump on here. Again, Breezy, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I
Right
appreciate
on.
it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.